Updates this hour. The Israel Defense Forces says it has begun the first steps of its controversial military assault on Gaza City after calling up tens of thousands of reservists. This comes as the Netanyahu government considers a new ceasefire deal accepted by Hamas to pause nearly 2 years of war. Hamas responds to the start of Israel's new attack on Gaza City, calling it a blatant disregard for efforts to broker a ceasefire and hostage release deal. Critics inside and outside Israel warn that the new offensive will endanger hostages, displace hundreds of thousands, and worsen an already dire humanitarian crisis. Vice President Vance and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth visit National Guard troops at Union Station amid protests chanting "Free DC." The scene marks the latest flashpoint in President Trump's crackdown across the nation's capital. President Donald Trump's administration has imposed sanctions on 2 judges and 2 prosecutors at the International Criminal Court over the arrest warrant issued for Israeli officials. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio called the court a national security threat and an instrument of lawfare against the U.S. and Israel. US Vice President Vance says European nations must pay the lion's share for Ukraine's security guarantees as Kyiv demands protection from Russian aggression. He notes Russia seeks some Ukrainian territories while President Trump pushes a peace deal that rules out US troops but could include American air support. Texas lawmakers have approved a new congressional map designed to give Republicans an edge in next year's House of Representatives elections. This comes after 2 weeks of stalling by Democrats who fled the state in an unsuccessful bid to rally support. Hurricane Erin brushes the U.S. East Coast, soaking North Carolina's Outer Banks and forcing the closure of a key highway on the Barrier Islands. The Category 2 storm, with winds of up to 105 miles per hour, is not expected to make landfall, but authorities warn of dangerous surf and rip currents. President Xi Jinping urges unity during a surprise visit to Lhasa, marking 60 years since China established the autonomous region after annexing Tibet. Xi praises local officials for fighting separatism, but his speech avoids any mention of the Dalai Lama, who has lived in exile since 1959.